your will for the stream that is actually, it's not up for some reason. It says it's up, but it's not up.
Yeah.
Very suspicious. But Remy, you're here. Can you hear us? Your will for the stream that is actually, it's not up for some reason. It says it's up, but it's not up.
It's up now.
Yeah.
It's up now? Very suspicious.
Yeah.
Is it up now? Remy, you're here. Can you hear us?
I mean,
Your will. We had such a great intro, and now it's finally. It says it's up, but the stream is finally on. It's up. So apologies for the cold intro. Me and AJ, you're here. Can you hear? Messed up by someone tabbing out. We had such a great intro, and now we're here with Commander Remy. Remy, it's Bristol Motor Speedway. What are the keys to the race in your eyes as a driver today?
Definitely like last race, you want to avoid any wrecks and any spins at all costs, because once your tires are gone, they're gone. You can't really do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
now,
go ahead.
Yeah, what do you think about the whole high side versus low side thing? I know it's a multi-groove racetrack. I saw that during practice. Guys are passing each other all over the place. Where do you want to be, though? Like, where do you prefer to run this track? Are you a bottom feeder, or are you kind of a high side tickler kind of guy?
What I'm going to say is it depends on tire wear. The less tire wear you have, you want to be running a little bit higher to get a better run to make up the time you lose, having your tires scrubbing more. But definitely on fresh tires, you're going to see a lot of people running the low line, and that's definitely going to be the preferred line for the race.
All right. And just one more question. Are you going to be impartial to using the chrome horn to get around people here? I know that people get aggressive here at Bristol. They run into each other, but are you going to be the kind of guy who's going to bump and run, or are you going to be an upstanding citizen and be all calm and collected out here? What's your strategy going into this race? What's your methodology?
I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. Let's leave it at that.
That's why you're AJ's favorite driver, I tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you'd like to add, Remy, before we send you back into the VC?
Nope. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, yeah, good luck, man. Commander Remy, coming off first, and he's rolling off pit lane first. I actually don't have the qualifying order, but I believe that would be right. Qualified first, he should have the first pit box, I believe. So, Commander Remy, he's got a good track position to start in either way. But AJ, you heard what he said, any cost to win, and that's kind of what it's been. It's getting down to the back end of the season almost here, and I mean,
definitely.
We are definitely in the part of the season where it's time to get going. You know, there's only one race after this, I believe. There are 3 races after this: Texas, Pocono, and Auto Club. Auto Club, of course, being the finale. But you know, we're getting towards the last part of the season. It is go time. If you haven't started making the hard moves, trying to get up to the front every race, doing anything you can to win and get them points, now is the time to do it. Because it's put up or shut up time. You know, it's at the back end of the season on a short track. These guys are going to be really aggressive. It's going to be fun to watch. But as we saw at Dega, AJ, being too aggressive can come back to bite you in the rear end. And that's what we saw happen to a lot of guys at Dega.
Definitely. You don't want to be too aggressive at the start of the race. I would probably save that for the end of the race, because there are no stages in this series. So, yeah, you really don't need to be aggressive in like the middle of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Just get yourself in a good position to make your moves at the end.
Mm-hmm. I would agree, AJ, and I think that there's going to be a lot of funnies, a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks, a lot of guys hitting the fence. I'm so conditioned to not say caution unless there is one because of my NR League I host. You could tell. But I think there's going to be a lot of cars hitting each other, a lot of spins and all that. And I think it's going to really come down to who can avoid those wrecks, get themselves into position. I mean, this is a completely different track than Talladega, but the strategy is pretty much the same. Get up to the front, and you don't want to be leading coming to the white flag. I mean, I'm sorry, but coming to the white flag, and if you got a guy behind you, he's going to pass you. You know, they're going to do anything they can to pass you. It's just like Talladega. You don't want to be let out to dry on the last lap. You want to have someone behind you pushing you. You don't want to have someone behind you trying to pass you. And I think that's how it is here at Bristol. You don't want to have someone behind you at all. I mean, you just kind of want to be in a spot that isn't first, but it's close enough to first to get it. I mean, you'd love to drive away from the field, but this track's just so short, and the parity in the field is so high, that's not going to happen, I don't think. But it's going to be really interesting seeing what the strategy is here. We haven't asked anyone about fuel strategy, and nobody sent me a fuel strategy sheet for this race, which I usually do, so I'm actually kind of in the dark here. But we'll have to make sure to ask during one of the cautions.
I mean, nobody sends me anything. I mean,
that's weird. They should be sending you things. You're the color guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my job is just to say what's happening in front of my screen. Your job is to give analysis, and I almost made a very bad slip up there with my words.
Yeah,
analysis
that was
in context.
that was not going to be good. The FCC would have been.
The FCC would have gotten mine. I wasn't even trying to swear. I just almost swore on accident. Putting two words together and having them fucking.
Finally, Good Square
gives
me
There's my first one. I finally swore on air. It took a whole season and a half.
Finally,
it was once again me not trying to.
This is great.
Yes, but we are still waiting on pit road here for the Jackal Racing Bristol race. I believe it's 140 miles, something like that. I actually don't know how long Bristol is actually. I know it's a half mile. I think it's 0.533 miles.
Really?
Yeah, 0.533 miles. Let me do the math here.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Jackal Racing Network. We're presenting Bristol Motor Speedway Race 10 of 13 in the Jackal Racing Division 1 series. We
just got an interview with Commander Remy. We're still waiting on the grid. And we're waiting on something, I don't know what. And finally, we get the pits closed signal, which means that very soon we are going to start rolling off pit road. And here we go. So it's just about time. Rolling off first is going to be AJ's favorite Commander Remy. On the outside of him, I believe, is Good Square. We're going to wait for everyone to get all lined up, and then we will go through this order here. Now, AJ, what's your pick for the race? Who do you think is going to win this thing?
I don't know. I haven't really watched any short track races in the Jackal Racing series, is like any division actually. I haven't done my homework. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win.
I haven't watched any B-Row short track races either. I actually have not watched a short track race unless you count Loudon. Loudon ain't a short track. That's a mile.
Loudon is, nah.
It drives like a short track in a cup car, but it's a mile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna have to go with the pole sitter Commander Remy or the outside pole Good Square. I think Good Square's got a real good car. I mean, I know that they all have equal cars. His car looks really cool, so that counts for something, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But here we go, coming to the line. On the inside is going to be 11. On the outside, Good Square, and 27. Behind them is the 48 machine of Train Wreck. And on the outside is a 21. I actually forget who's in the 21. I think it's Sleesher. Yeah, it is Sleesher. Behind them is Austin 25M. And lined up on the outside of him, I believe, would be
Baseball Freak.
Baseball Freak, yes. A lot of these guys in the mid-pack, I feel like they changed their numbers, like, honestly. I don't know.
True.
True. Well, it's because you get subbed right. Some of them will sub for other guys. Swap around.
Here we go.
Pace car's in, and here we go. 250 maps at Bristol, and Good Square jumped out of his car there for a moment, but we're fine. And the green flag is out. And we also have a car slow on the apron there. It's Chris Bald Paul. And already, Trainwreck puts a guy up the wall. That's Commander Remy. Car spinning there. It's a 5. He saves it. Very interesting start right there, but I mean, Trainwreck just got away on the start, and he moved someone there. He just moved the 11 all the way up the racetrack, and now he's up to the lead.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that was kind of unnecessary in the first lap,
Yeah.
But I think he just got too much speed into the corner.
Yeah, he just got a huge run. I mean, you got to take it, I guess. He had really nowhere else to go. Either it was going to run into the back of him or have to check up and lose like 8 spots. Yeah. You get checked out of that bottom line on new tires. We have a big crash in the back of the field. That's 3-4 cars involved. They all look like they keep it going. I don't think there's going to be a caution after that one. Looks like everyone's back rolling, but that was a big old wreck. As Sleesher looks to the bottom of the 48 machine, can't get his nose underneath. He's going to bump him mid-corner as they go through the smoke. 48 machine gets real loose off the corner, can't get the power quite down, but is able to get off the corner well enough, and the caution's going to come out. We're racing back here. And Trainwreck will win the race back. AJ, that's a late caution after a big old wreck. But now everyone's caught up to the pace car and raced back there. Any reflection of what we just saw in that first couple of laps? It was very frantic, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of cars joggling for positions. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's just people being aggressive at the beginning. And as I said during pre-race, I don't think you should be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit early to get aggressive. There's a bunch of guys coming down pit road here. I think just about everybody The 32 car, excuse me, is going to stay out. It's Stampy Fun Cat. He's going to stay out behind the pace car and I believe lead the lap next time around. But just about everyone came down pit road. They're all going to get new, fresh rubber. We're going to see who wins this race off pit road. 27's kind of boxed in. He's going to have to back up first to get out. Trainwreck's going to get out just ahead of the 11. So the order's going to be Trainwreck, then Commander Remy, and then that 21 machine is going to be in fourth place, third off pit road, as Stampy Fun Cat will stay out again and lead the next lap. So Stampy's going to stay out here with slightly older tires. I think only 4 laps on the tires doesn't make a huge difference unless you were involved in that wreck.
Yeah, no, not really.
So I think that's a good call by Stampy to stay out, but all these other guys are going to have just that little bit of an advantage on him. And it's not going to matter too much in the long run, but in the short run, that fresh rubber is definitely going to help, I think.
Yeah, definitely. You really want to have fresh tires on every restart, but I mean, that's just the optimal situation there.
Yeah. I think at Stampy, if he can survive this restart and stay in the top 3 or 4, I think he's going to have a good shot at staying up there and having a good pit call there.
Yeah.
Because, again, he really did not lose much grip on them tires in that 5-lap green flag run. 4.5 lap closer to, actually. I mean, after that point, everyone was just kind of coasting to the caution flag. But, yeah, so Stampy on the inside, 48 on the outside. That's Trainwreck behind them. Got the 21 of Sleesher on the outside, him, Commander Remy. And then goodsquare in the 27, and the number 5 machine of the Baseball Freak. That is your top 6 up there. Pace car lights are still on. They're going to come off now. 20 car slides in the line. Everyone's all caught up now. But AJ, after that first green flag run, if you're a driver in this race, after seeing what you just saw in front of you, are you going to take it a little bit easy here? Because you're going to have a lot of wrecks, I think. These cars are real loose coming off the corner, it seems like.
I mean, I would just play it safe here. As you see, somebody just killing their tires
just
back
murdered
there.
their tires on the top.
Well, I don't think you should be going that hard this early in the race.
Yeah. And here we go. Stampy Fun Cat leads the field to the green flag on lap 10 of 250. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. They stack up a car sideways. That's Sleesher. He saves it, gets back on the gas. Isn't going to have any troubles getting off the corner. Got a car sideways at the back as well. Trainwreck puts the chrome horn to the 32. He saves it. What a save by that 32 machine. He door bangs Trainwreck back into the wall. Trainwreck leads the lap. They're 3 wide for second. And a big plume of smoke off turn 4. Not sure who that was.
Man,
32,
everybody's so
no
loose
grip.
in the corner.
Yeah, he lost a ton of spots right there, the 21, but 32 seems to have no grip. Look at that. He's just killing the tires coming off the corner.
This is just not a good situation for anybody who's loose here.
Yeah.
You really don't want to be damaging your tires this early in the run.
Yeah. I mean, especially for Stampy. I mean, he already has worse tires than everyone else, and he got spun around there almost, and that's not helping him at all. He's really having to wrestle that car at this point. He's getting touched again. I mean, leave the poor lad alone. He gets turned around into the wall. He's going to lose every single spot. He is almost dead last, 2 to the back. That is a really tough scene for him.
This is just unfortunate, really.
Yeah, really unfortunate circumstances. Trainwreck has a pretty good lead now, about a second. But just my heart goes out to Stampy. He made a great pit call and kind of got beaten to death by Trainwreck on that start there. And now he's really lost it. He's going to have to I think he's probably going to have to piss soon, honestly. His tires cannot be doing well. It says 98%. I don't know in what universe his tires are on 98%. There's something wrong there. I don't know. Yeah, it's not updating for me. His tires are not on 98% after that slide.
Yeah, me neither. My GUI isn't updating either.
Yeah, I'm going to rejoin next caution cycle, but right now Trainwreck's got a pretty good lead here. And he's got about a half straightaway advantage over the 21 of Commander Remy, or excuse me, the 11 of Commander Remy. Icky says I'll forget, so I guess I will rejoin now. I don't think I'll forget. I wrote down rejoin next caution right when he said that, so. He is a fortune teller. I'll probably forget I wrote it down even.
True.
There we go. Trainwreck now. Just got a real good advantage here, about half a corner as everyone gets strung out. I think this is what everybody wanted, was to get a bit strung out, get into individual battles, you know. We see the 20 trying to take over the 32 car. Can't get the overtake there. Dives to the inside, goes back outside. And there's also a battle for second place. Or excuse me, that's not second, that's 5th place. But yeah, guys getting strung out here, and tire strategy is going to matter. You're going to have to be really kind to your tires. Chris Bald Paul stopped on the apron on the front stretch. That is the 4 car there.
Dang. Terrible.
Dang. Yeah, that's tough. But right now, I'm really looking at goodsquare, because goodsquare, I mean, he's the guy on the stream right now too, I believe. He's really having to, save those tires. He's down on 90% right now.
Yeah.
And, right now it's really tire conservation time. But I do wonder, are these guys going to calm down on the restarts if we get more cautions? Because so many of these guys didn't gain anything and lost so much on the tires on that restart. I mean, some of these guys just absolutely smoked those rubbers. And that just can't be good, I mean, for the way the car handles.
Yeah.
I mean, Trainwreck's on 88% tires, and he is really going carefully into the corners. Commander Remy's starting to reel him in a little bit.
What is Stampy on? He's on 83, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, Stampy just killed his tires on that side, and he just hit the apron and smacked the wall. But, some of these guys at the back are really struggling to make the corner even on the amount of tire where they're on, Yeah. As the 20 starts moving Stampy up the track back there at the back. Commander Remy currently trying to catch up to the leader, Trainwreck. And we just had a dump for, P last. The 32 gets sent around by the 20 on the front straightaway. Just got absolutely dumped.
Abysmal. Oh, there goes Trainwreck!
Oh. Now, Remy can't quite capitalize. Couldn't quite get underneath him. He stays second.
At least he's right there. There's a car length between them.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try and get around him. He's making that rear end wide, the 48, isn't he? He's coming all the way up the track off the corner.
Yeah,
taking
definitely.
away that run. And the 11
there's the bump.
bumps him. They're going to be coming up on traffic here. It's going to be interesting to see where his lap car goes. Lap car is currently holding the high side. That is Stampy, I believe, who just got absolutely demolished for last place. The 11 can't get inside the 48, gets back up in line. 48 just had a bad corner entry there. You saw that, AJ. Huge wiggle.
Yeah, and he got bumped by Commander Remy.
Yeah, Remy's trying to get this guy moved. I mean, and the 48 goes way too wide. The 11 swoops by, and we have a new leader. Commander Remy here on lap 28 is going to lead the lap. Lap 27 gets onto the lead. Trainwreck behind him. Trainwreck's already bumped 4 guys, including that lap car up in front of him. I wonder if he'll remember that.
Yeah.
that is curious. Stampy is running all 2 grooves on every part of the track, just kind of swerving all over the place. Don't know what that's about. 48 pushes the 11 through the corner. He has good car control.
Bumping them
Keeps it.
He bumped him 5 times there.
Yeah, lap traffic becoming a problem. Oh, the 48 shoves the leader into the lap car. Great save there by Remy. His rear tires stepped all the way out of line. And then gets back down in front of the 32. Now the 32 is Trainwreck's problem. And he's really Trainwreck's problem. He rides up the track in Trainwreck's way. Lost him about a half second, I think. Or probably a quarter second closer to. Trainwreck has to throw a slider. Lap crossover by the lap car, and Trainwreck finally gets clear of him. He had a real hard time clearing that lap car, AJ.
That just made his problems even worse. Oh my goodness, He's at 81% tires.
Yeah, I mean his tires are almost as bad as Stampy's after having trying to get around him.
Yeah, definitely.
That is really tough, and that's people. I don't know if Stampy was trying to be a roadblock there, but if he was, race car drivers. Even here on Roblox, honestly, especially here on Roblox, they remember things,
Yeah.
They remember what you did on lap 1. They remember what you did 100 laps ago, 100 miles ago. They might remember what you did 100 weeks ago. So, that's why you always gotta be cautious, not just for your own sake, but further down the line, it might come back to haunt you. It's not all consequences of everything you do aren't always immediate.
Yeah, I've had multiple incidents where, there's somebody spinning in front of the leader.
Ooh. Man. And that really slowed down Remy. That 20 car is having a hard time keeping that car on track, AJ.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Bob is the Boo. That's a username. Commander Remy. Door banging with that lap car. Gets him out of the way. Trainwreck goes high. Still on the bottom. Yeah, I thought he was going to go high and try and go above the lap car. Now he dives down to the inside of that lapper. And he's starting to gain on Remy here. So it'll be interesting to see if he reels him in. Meanwhile, talking about pit stops, which we were earlier, right now the fuel window is starting to close. We're inside 1,000 units of fuel. So AJ, pit stops coming here in not too many laps. What do you expect? Because the first time we saw pit stops, they were a little bit chaotic. A couple of guys got boxed in, even during a caution period pit stop where there's not quite as much time pressure to get it right.
I think. Wait, what was the question again?
So during these pit stops, do you think they're going to be hectic, or do you think these guys are going to be taking it calm? Because there is so little between these guys on track right now. So many of them within quarter second of each other.
They are gonna be taking it calm. I think you really want to be cautious in pit road because you don't want to be losing a lot of time.
Yeah.
Especially at this track where we've seen it's very hard to pass here.
Yeah, and if you get little, you cannot give up extra laps on pit road. You cannot get but 2 down.
Yeah.
If you pit here, you're going to be losing a lap and 3/4. About, I think. That's about what it is on NR. You lose about a lap and 3/4. And if you go 2 down, as we have a huge plume of smoke all over the track, someone must have blown up. Looking for everybody.
Somebody got loose on the
Oh, Isaiah spun. Okay, he must have had the largest spin ever if created that much smoke. Looking like a dang fog bank rolling in, like we're at Pocono here. Got Baseball Freak trying to make a move on the 20. That lapper. And he turned the 20, so that's great. Oh, we got 2-car wreck. 2 cars spinning in turn 1. That's 3 cars now as they collect the 21 as well. And that is a caution. That 5 car is absolutely smoked. And that will bring out the yellow flag, AJ.
Yeah, just aggressive driving.
Just there. Really aggressive. They're really trying to get around that lapper. Yeah. He's been making himself wide, that 20 car. He's just trying to keep that car in one piece. He's got a lot of tire wear, and that's just a tough scene. He got the chrome horn, couldn't handle it, got sent sideways, and that collected a couple of cars too. And a couple of guys lost spots to that probably wouldn't be too happy to lose spots. The 11 comes down pit road, brings the 48 with him, and I think everyone's going to have to pit here just for the fuel and the tires.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see what happens here on pit road, AJ.
Let's see.
It's like nobody's really boxed in. The 27 might have a hard time getting out of his box. The 5 misses his box.
The 12 just spins backwards.
That's Smart Coder. He's here now.
You parked at a bad angle
for a while. I didn't see him. He may have just been back in the pack.
Man, don't merge up in there, Commander. Come on.
Come on. There's a whole exit lane. Icky went through the process of modeling that exit lane, and I guess Remy just skipped it. That's kind of rude, but Commander Remy first car off pit road. Trainwreck lost 2 spots on pit road, I believe. Maybe just 1 spot. I don't know where that 20 car is going to be scored. 20 car is going to the back, I believe. I believe he would be the lucky dog and would have to go to the back, correct? I assume so, because he's letting everyone by.
I don't know.
Yeah. And smoking his tires for some reason. Yeah. And getting bumped by someone. And getting bumped by 2 guys. Interesting caution period strategies here as we're almost a 5th of the way through this race. Pretty long race, AJ, honestly. 130 miles at Bristol. Don't go by too fast.
Yeah, last week was a very long race. We were here for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that was a really fun race, too.
It was.
Not for the host. I feel like being a host in that race would be very tedious.
Yeah. Very, very rage-inducing.
Very rage-inducing. 2 to go until the pace car pulls off. Not 1 to go. We're not going green this time. But AJ, so far this race has been really exciting. There's been a lot of wrecking and stuff. It's a shame that so much of it's been happening away from the cameras. It's really hard to see everything at this track, because there is just so much action going on. But it's hard to keep track of it all too, isn't it, man?
Yeah, they call it the last great Coliseum for some reason.
For a reason.
And this is a reason.
Yeah, it's a reason. There are a lot of reasons they call. Yeah, the LA Coliseum should be offended to that, shouldn't it?
They have
they have a NASCAR race too. They can't complain now.
Yeah. And they are called the best stadium in the world. So.
Yep. And here we go. Pace car pulls off. 27 gets ahead. That's a really good start. The 11 nearly gets turned by the 48. 48's been real aggressive on these restarts. See if Trainwreck repeats that strategy. It's a little bit of a bump from the 25. 11 gets a car length advantage over the 48. The 27 on the high side, though, is going to take away the lead for at least a half corner. But the 11 car gets back to the throttle way before he does and gets the lead back. Commander Remy leading this race now. We have some smoke at the back of the field. No real problem there. It doesn't look like. Looks like everybody's still up in the group. No one's spun yet. Everyone getting single filed out pretty quickly this time. Oh, and the 11 goes wide there a little bit. Didn't quite get the best line. 27 checked up, however.
In the back.
Uh-oh.
That was like the 12 and the 20.
That was the 12 and the 20. And now the 27
Empty.
sideways. And he saves it. But goodsquare's tires are down to 80% after that one, it seems. No way.
Oh, there goes Trainwreck.
Oh, and that's a huge wreck. 3-4 cars involved, and they all saved it.
What?
That is some great stuff there.
Caution.
Caution is out. And oh no, the 48 sideways
again.
again.
Should be a caution.
And now they're still wrecking down the back straightaway. There's cars all over the place.
Oh my goodness.
Just kind of carnage here. And now very aggressive race back. Trainwreck on the bottom. And there's another huge wreck, and you can't see anything right now, can you?
Wow.
And they're still wrecking. And they're still wrecking. And
they have been wrecking for
like two whole laps.
A whole lap they have been wrecking.
And they're done wrecking now, I think. Yes. I'm gonna rejoin the game because I accidentally viewed the pace car again. I need to stop doing that. Well, I instinctively view it to check. Yeah, but that was a huge old wreck there.
Road.
That was a huge old wreck. I mean, gosh. So many of these guys just destroyed their tires. That's a real shame.
Yeah, everybody should be down pit road here. Everybody was
Sleesher decided that he didn't damage his car, or didn't damage his tires enough to, as he goes around, so maybe he now has decided.
I mean, he is at 93.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could get a replay of that, somehow.
Oh, and now he's going down pit road, okay.
I'd like to actually figure out what happened there. That was...
just wrecking.
That was just a huge wreck. I don't know where it started or ended.
It was a long wreck. It was like the long one from Talladega Nights.
The long one. We've seen big wrecks at Talladega, but this is the longest we ever seen. That's my favorite quote from that movie, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot more exploitable than everything else, too. Eh?
Yeah.
Next caution, we're going to try and dial up somebody. I don't know who. Probably someone who just got wrecked. I think that's a good strategy for the viewers. Try and give these guys some more entertainment, as if what's happening on track isn't already enough. Last week's video is up to 600 views, I believe. If only we had 600 concurrent viewers, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
but
that
600
would be
views.
amazing.
We gotta thank the fans for watching the race. I mean, some people do just watch the whole VOD.
Yeah, and you guys are madmen. I'm just kidding.
Absolute madmen. It'd be nice if somebody made a cut down version of these races that took out the caution periods. Oh, that would take out everything funny I've ever said.
Yeah.
Like, all my serious commentating would still be there, but like all the funny things I say under caution be cut out. It'd be tragedy. That's my shtick.
Yeah.
Worst gimmick a commentator ever had, besides Joey Styles. His gimmick's pretty terrible. If we can just get a replay. No replay yet. Hopefully next caution we can try and get a replay from Icky. I know he is busy driving the pace car right now.
He does it all.
He does it all. I mean, I remember earlier in the season we had a different pace car driver. Wasn't he? Yeah.
I mean, I think. I don't know.
That is just a busy man. Commander Remy's going to be leading the field back to green on this restart. About a fifth of the way through this one. And these guys have been all fired up already. It'll be interesting to see if we get any more wrecks. I mean, we will, but maybe on this restart. But green flag is out. Trainwreck gets a good start. Remy also gets a good start. Going to be even going into turn one. Trainwreck trying to get back down. Not able to. goodsquare gets to his inside. Trainwreck gets a huge run off the corner. That big launch is going to get him in front of Commander Remy. Commander Remy gives him a little bit of a bump. They're 4 wide behind him. And they will file back down to 2 wide on the straightaway. The 11 car gets to the inside of that 48, though. Gets that nose inside. Gets into the quarter panel. Shoves him up the track. As the car spinning at the back, he saves it. Now Remy's going to get back up in front of the 48 car coming off of turn 4. 48 car shoves his way through. That lap will be Remy's. But they are neck and neck going into 1. Huge plume of smoke they got to navigate through. goodsquare got loose off the corner. They're trying to get to the bottom. He manages to get down there. But he drifts back up in turns 3 and 4. 11 still holding about a 1 car length lead. 48 gets a big run. Gets into the 48. Or gets into the 11, excuse me.
Man, 3 wide for third.
Yeah, that is still really impressive. These guys are racing that way. 48's going high, coming back down low, goes back high again. I mean, he's really just trying to find some room to get a run, you know? He's just really trying to find something.
Yeah,
Because he could not get around that 11 car once the 11 got back up in front of him.
Yeah, Remy is scooting away here.
Yeah.
I am being very honest here.
Yeah, that 48 car's got to find some. You know, you just got to find some track, find your line. You know, you have to find your line, get that run.
Get into the groove.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody's basically single file at this point, except for somebody spinning. That
just got spun around. That's Austin 25M backing it into the wall. Almost it, wall coming back down. Keeps it straight though. Trainwreck really working on that 11 car here at goodsquare. He's really working on it, man. Coming into one. Gets onto that bumper just about. Unable to get it, though. Trainwreck right there in that slipstream. Not a huge factor, but it's a factor. He gives him the chrome horn, gets him a big old bump. Wheel-to-wheel action here. Coming down the front straightaway. 48 car still has the nose in there, but the 11 comes down anyways. Chops his nose.
That was a textbook bump there.
He tried to give him the old rhinoplasty, but he did not take it. 48 to the lead. As the 11 car just unable to get back down in front of him, AJ. He looked like he had a maybe split second where he could have, but just wasn't able to get down quick enough.
Yeah, Trainwreck just textbook pass there. He got on the quarter
back on him too.
Him out of the way.
Yeah, these guys are just leaning on each other, AJ. There's also a battle for third going on too behind these guys. There's a spinner in 1 and 2. Big cloud of smoke.
Big cloud of smoke where there is
I was told there was a spin. I look forward and the smoke goes away. So. And it's the one thing about the smoke. It goes from being very thick to non-existent in like a half second. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Roblox's engine. And the 48 car really trying to get back up on the 11. I mean, it seems like he gets to him, makes a move, gets him front, and then the 11 just is able to get back in front. And then they have to do the whole thing all over again. It takes a couple laps to get up to him, it almost seems like, you know?
Yeah.
Because you have to find that groove. And as soon as one of these guys finds a groove, the other guy goes there. You know, you're always looking for grip on the amount of tire wear you have. On older tires, of course, you can be running a different line than when you're on freshies. And these guys are kind of in that intermediate spot where their tires are starting to slip a little bit, but you still have enough grip to run your preferred line. And this top 4 have just scooted away. I mean, these guys are about 3 seconds ahead of the guy in 5th place. That'd be Sleesher.
They are in the groove right now. They are just running their best.
48 down to the inside. He's got a nose on him. Got a whole car on him now. And they're going to be 2 wide. Excuse me. Come to the line. 11 car gets the run off the top of the corner. Has to really chuck it in to get back down to the bottom though. And that's going to let the 48 get a run here off the top too. I mean, you get that run off the high side if you're up there. You know, you get a better launch down the straightaway, and that really helps you, like, take back a position. You know, it's kind of like a crossover. It's almost like a reverse crossover. Coming back off the bottom. And now here comes the 48 again with a bump. These guys have been going at this. Is just a treat to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. This is what the fans want to see from Bristol.
This is great. I mean, this is just... I mean... The Concrete Coliseum is just a great place, you know? And the 48 car, I think he just about led that lap. Gets back underneath the 11. He's still alongside. These guys were alongside for almost 2 laps.
I feel like Bristol Paul is catching up to these people.
He's really... I think it's go time for him. He's trying to get that power down, get up and behind these guys. 48 car to the bottom again. He got a little bit of a bump from Chris. And now it's a 3-car battle for the lead. It's Chris Paul really announcing his presence with that little bump to the 48. And he's going to get past Trainwreck here. If he gets him up the corner, shoves him up the track, into the wall, almost the 48. They're bumping and banging for 2nd place. That's what Remy wants to see. He wants to see these guys wreck each other, you know? I mean... He'll be fine if these guys take 2 seconds off of each other and he gets to scoot away from him, because then you have to basically burn your tires before you even got to him.
Yeah, but here comes Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is really... I think he's got it. He's got that position. 48's not got anything for him right now. Chris Paul goes to the outside of the 11, doesn't get in a run up there. But you see the line Chris Paul's running. He's running a little bit more in the middle of the corner, and then at the end of the corner, he really lets the car ride up towards the wall, gets that power down, and now the 11 also running that line. That seems almost to be the default line, and then they just chuck it underneath and throw a slider to get underneath someone. And here comes a slide job from that 4 car. Doesn't quite make it, but he's right there. He spun the tires on the exit. And now he has to do it all over again.
That was not good for Chris Paul. He just got loose off that corner. You don't want to be doing that.
And he burned 1% of his tires right there. I mean, almost 2% because it went back down. It went down right after that. That is terrible tire wear right there. I mean, that's all on Chris Paul. I mean, he was just trying his best to get the power down. Just couldn't quite do it. And now he's running the bottom trying to get underneath the 11 car. 48 car just almost like a vulture, you know. He's going to follow whoever gets in front. That's the line. If you're in 3rd place here, that's what you want to do. You want to follow the guy who gets that move. and try and, you know, get a double overtake on the leader, then he can work on the new one. And here comes a 4-car, bit of a bump and run, trying. Oh, he's spinning it though. Oh, and Chris Paul.
Man.
Almost as quickly as he got up there, he's back to 3rd place.
That is just a travesty. You don't want to.
And we have a car in the pit wall. That was a 20 machine, I believe. Schmack in the pit wall. Tough scene. I don't know what that was.
Number 12 spinning in turns 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Saved it pretty well. But now that 48 car has got a pretty big gap in front of him to get to the 11.
Oh, we got.
I mean, that was a great bit of racing right there, though. That was so nice. That was what everyone wants to see from Bristol. You know, that's what this track is all about.
Here we got a replay of the Chris Paul incident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Is it stream black for you too?
I mean, no.
Oh.
Well, he just got into the quarter panel of Commander Remy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough game.
Yeah,
that's a real tough break for him. Yeah, my stream's back. That was weird. My netcode kind of died there. Can you hear me? Okay, is my audio good?
Yeah.
Okay, my internet dropped there for a second. But yeah, just look at that replay now that I've seen it. I mean, it just looks like he got into him. I mean, he really wasn't trying to push the car
right
too
in
hard.
Front of the leaders.
Oh, that is not a good place to spin. Right in front of the lead cars. I mean, that is. He's lucky they didn't run into him. He would have gotten a mouthful.
Yeah, definitely.
He would have gotten yelled at, man. That would have been. I would have hated that. That's just embarrassing. You never want to be the guy who takes out the lead lap cars when you're a lapper, you know? Unless you're really mad at one of them.
I do want to be that.
Yeah, of course you want to be that guy. You're a bad boy, AJ. Come on.
Yes.
And now we are closing in on lap 100 of 250. This is a long race. This is for the long haul, you know. And as their fuel starts dipping back below 900.
The number 20 car was spinning on the backstretch for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And he's still spinning. He's spinning 1 now. Keeps it straight enough. Yeah, he's...
Straight enough is never enough.
Yeah, he seems like his car is really... Yeah, his tires are down on almost 70%, AJ. They are just absolutely... And he's spinning down the front straightaway now.
It was a nice number for a second.
Nice, yeah. And also, he just spun down the front straightaway.
Yeah. He was drifting.
Yeah. Now, Commander Remy's tires are smoking. I mean, these guys are now really pushing the car. They're having to try and dial it back now. You're kind of down, worn on these tires, you know. It's the 11 car trying to get around that lap car, the 32. Watching number 20, though, he's just butchering those tires. I mean, he's... Oh, a bit of contact with the lap car, 32.
Stampy and Commander Remy just bumping doors.
Yeah. Stampy, the lap down car, if we can get the camera back on that. Although I think it might be a safe bet to put the camera on the 20, because he seems like he's on the edge of causing a wreck.
Yeah.
If only we could go split screen. We need NBC's technology here.
We need NBC, yeah.
Gosh. Wait, no, I don't work for NBC. They take my job. No.
Oh no.
And the 20 nearly spins again. Gosh, he is just really destroying those tires, man. The 11 car now to about a half-second lead. That's about a quarter straightaway, AJ. And, you know, it's almost pitting time, though, so that's going to get a race pretty quick here, I bet.
Yeah.
First green... If we have green flag pit stops, they will be the first ones of the day. And I mean, last time we were getting ready for him, we were doing this whole thing. We were going to talk about the pit strategy, and then they had a caution. So we're going to try and do that again. AJ, coming onto pit road here on a short track. Pit road speed is very hard to get. Oh, we have a car spinning again in front of the leaders. It's the 20 car.
Oh,
and he gets it back straight. Gosh. We took the camera off of him, and then he spun. Yeah. Come on, man. That's tough.
I mean, at least we have both of them on.
Yeah, now we have both of them on the screen for a moment as the 11 car rockets by the 20 machine.
Oh, here's the split screen. Here we go.
Here we go. We got the split screen. Thank you so much to Dev Icky. Icky's great. He is the best Dev in road racing for a reason, man. That is great. And now we have the 20 car nearly wrecking the third place machine. That's just tough. I've been that guy. We've all been that guy who's just kind of having a rough run out there, just trying to stick out the race. And you know, everyone's been that guy, so we're not trying to rag on him because I am that guy in IFAR, you know. I'm that guy in Melancar Lights. I'm that guy everywhere I run, pretty much. So I know that feeling. I know how that feels. And sometimes, you know, you just got to keep your mind on the task at hand, keeping that car straight, and that's what he's doing, you know. So all the credit to him, and I hope he gets back on that lead lap because earlier he was showing some pace on that restart. It seemed like he was able to make up positions when his tires weren't killed, so hopefully he can get back up in there. He's only 2 laps down, plenty of time to get back up there and get back into contention for something here. As he loops it in turn 1, but another save. He's saving it at least. I mean, his car may be stepping out every corner, but at least he's not stepping all the way out and wrecking, you know? So, all the credit to that guy. He's hanging out there. Meanwhile, Commander Remy gets about a second lead now as Chris Bald Paul gets into second place. Trainwreck getting underneath him again as they get down below 700 on the fuel. And Trainwreck gets up underneath the 4. Doesn't get anything there, though. Now he's riding the high side.
And there's a lot of smoke in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't know what that came from. Probably the 20. I don't see anyone else around. As we got a huge door bang from the 12 car, puts the 32 into the 20. Very aggressive racing back there between the 2 cars that are 1 lap down, racing for that Lucky Dog spot. You know, the Lucky Dog spot, that's always a hard-fought battle because that is a very important place to be. I mean, you want to be that first car lap down. And Trainwreck right now really working on Chris Bald Paul, gets up underneath him again. He gets that nose underneath and then lets it wash up and pull back in behind. So he's probably not right now trying to make the move. He's trying to really mind his business as these guys are trying to catch up to the leader as well. So, you know, you don't want to slow yourself down too much by having a battle. That is something that's important to consider. Sometimes guys won't battle with each other, not because they don't want to battle, not because they ain't racing hard, but because they're really just biding their time, because 2 cars in a line are going to move faster than 2 cars side by side, even on a short track like this where draft isn't the biggest factor. Yeah. If you're too wide, you know, you're slowing each other down because you're having a checkup, you're not running the best line, you can't arc the corner. But if you're 1 wide, you can start making your moves on that leader who's dealing with lap traffic a lot heavier than you are. Yeah. So I think it's real important that these guys, you know that, and they do know that as Chris Bald Paul gets to within 6/100ths of a second.
All right,
now it's
we
down
have
from a half
another
straightaway
replay.
lead. So we get a replay here.
Here we go. What is this? The 20 and the 32.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's
the 20.
that's tough.
That's
tough.
Jumped the freaking the 20. Dang.
Yeah, the guy's having a hard enough day, and then Stampy just comes out here and wrecks him.
You just seen a murder.
Yeah, that's honestly. Can you show that on TV? I guess we are on YouTube.
Yeah.
This isn't live leak though, man. Can't do that. This ain't legal. Come on. Anyways, Commander Remy now with about a half-second advantage. It's getting whittled down here by that 4 car. That 4 car is really wheeling it. He got a huge run through that corner. If he gets that power down on exit, he does. And now that's back down to within about 5 car length advantage. Commander Remy's lead really starting to dissipate. He's going to run into lap traffic here in a moment too, so that's going to make this battle a heck of a lot more interesting. And we'll see exactly what happens here. And getting down to the inside, here's the 4 car, gets alongside, hits the quarter panel. Goes back to the high side. Diving down into the corner here. 4 cars are going to try and get underneath him, can't quite do it. He's going to be on the inside on the straightaway. The 11 car nearly wrecks himself there trying to get the power down. 4 car
there's the bump.
Up and run. And the 4 car, Chris Bald Paul, is going to just about take the lead. 11 car hanging tight on the outside. Coming for the crossover move. Gets to the quarter panel. He's going to turn him almost off the corner.
Man.
But the 4 car gets the drive off. And that is a lot of respect there from Commander Remy. That guy just bumped you out of the lead. You know it's Bristol. You get to his quarter panel. You have the opportunity to turn him and probably not have no issues for it. And he doesn't. That is a lot of respect from Commander Remy there. That is respectful driving. That's what you like to see here at Bristol, you know? These guys are racing hard, but they ain't racing like doofuses. And I had a lot of respect for Remy, what he just did there. He had the opportunity to wreck that guy and take the lead, but he did not.
Yeah, just goes to show you how respectful of a driver this person, this guy
is. And now, we speak about respect. Stampy spun coming into the pits after that absolute demolition of the 20 car he carried out not too long ago.
Karma.
Karma. I like Stampy. I really do. He's one of my favorite drivers here. Karma. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. As we have we have 2 car wreck entering the pits. That goes the leader. Leader got kind of sandwiched there, trying to get into pit lane by the baseball freak. And that is just a disastrous entry to pit road. I'm no expert, but I don't think you're supposed to take someone out on your way in.
Yeah. I mean, the 5 was already stopped on the track, so...
Yeah, that was
wasn't
tough.
His fault. But
it wasn't his fault, no.
Come on.
That's tough. I mean, that's it. Getting onto pit road here, we were talking about how that could be an issue for some of these guys because you're coming off of this high banking and having to shoot down onto that apron real quick. as the 11 car just about gets sent by the 9. But the 11 car of Commander Remy has the lead. Trainwreck clearing traffic and to get to the inside of the 11. Doesn't quite get inside. Got the quarter panel. Just tagged him a little bit. Didn't turn him. Now he's running just about a half car length behind the 11. Really leaving that bottom open for the 48 to try and send it underneath. But he hasn't just yet. As these guys are really having to baby the throttle through the corners down to around 65% on their tires, AJ. So when do you think Commander Remy and Trainwreck are going to pit? You'd have to think they're... Oh, here comes Remy. Oh, he got tagged. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
He couldn't pit that lap.
There.
That
you
9,
can't do that.
Yeah, he Quinn Halfett Texas it right there. You know, that was...
Wow.
Yeah, he just came right down. Ah, that's tough, but you got to...
That is just terrible
terrible
awareness there.
And bad awareness. Yeah, that is on the 11 there as he does a little bit of a burnout coming into pit lane there. And that is 2 leaders that have gotten taken out trying to pit. And now if I'm Trainwreck, I'm quaking in my boots right now. I'm leading this race. I have to pit. I'm scared. He gets bumped by the 5. Can't go into pit lane that time. That's the 3rd leader we've seen fail to get into pit road, AJ, because Trainwreck couldn't quite get in there.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Yeah, it really is tough. Sorry, I was distracted for a second. I just need to...
And finally, Trainwreck gets down into pit road. Yeah, I don't even know who's going to lead coming out of this cycle. Sleesher leads that lap, followed by goodsquare. First time we talked about him in a while. He had some issues on that restart. The most recent one didn't get absolutely wrecked, but he did have some tire issues, spun it around, and now he's back up at the front. About a half second behind Sleesher. And now Sleesher holds the lead, 72% on his tires. Only 313 fuel left, though.
Oh, there goes the 20!
Oh.
That was just terrible.
Yeah, and that will not be enough for a caution now.
The 20 just spun.
Yeah, he just spun off
again.
Another car
and
around.
There goes the 9.
There goes 9. I mean, I don't know. Sleesher's got a pit here, and when we come out of this pit cycle, I believe Chris Bald Paul will have the lead. And here comes Sleesher trying to get down to pit road, gets on that apron. Oh no, he loops it around and gets just inside pit lane. And that lap will be led by Sleesher again.
It is so hard to see on the
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, and these guys are going blind into pit lane too, because there's a huge cloud of smoke almost constantly there.
Yeah.
So you're basically getting on the brakes, turning into a blind corner, and there could be a car stop there, and there's usually somebody hitting you while you're doing it. It is tough getting onto pit road here. And I thought it was going to be an issue, AJ. I didn't imagine it'd be a catastrophic problem every time somebody tried to get service. I did not think it'd be this bad for these guys. And Kreesum is pitting again, he says. So, has he gotten down pit road? I don't think he's actually been able to get down there. As the 20 car nearly goes around. So Chris Bald Paul holds a lead now, about a 4-second lead due to the issues getting onto pit road for everyone. And after all that hard battling we saw earlier, now it's, I think, time to play that fuel strategy, pit strategy, tire strategy, whatever you want to call all of it game, because... And the 4-car smoking his tires there doesn't help.
Yeah.
AJ, what do you think now? Because just about everybody had problems getting onto pit road there. Do you want to try and get down on your own? And we have a car spinning into pit lane there as well. 20 car.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just all fair game at this point. You can do anything and nobody will care.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you kind of want to pit on your own, because pitting with a group of cars hasn't worked for anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, some of these guys are calling out their pits. I wouldn't even call it out. I just chuck it down there if there's no one underneath me. Because it seems like whenever 2 guys try to pit at once, one or both of them end up going, sliding down there, and that's not good. But now Trainwreck trying to work on the leader, Chris Bald Paul. He's got about a 2-second advantage. That's a bit more than half a straightaway. And we have the 20 car spinning out of pit lane. God bless his heart. He's trying his best.
Man.
But sometimes it just ain't your day,
Yeah.
And Trainwreck is really pushing that car off the corners. He is smoking all 4 of those Goodyears, trying to catch up to our leader, Chris Bald Paul. Chris gets to a lap car, goes to the high side of him.
We're past halfway in this race. I don't know what to make of this, really.
I don't know what to make of this so far. Past halfway, but I still can't tell you who's going to win this thing, because these pit cycles have been so wild.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's still smoke everywhere. It's just a crazy race. It's just insane so far. And the 12 car just got net coded.
Oh my goodness.
I think he got net coded right there.
Wow.
That's tough.
I didn't even know you could get net coded.
I didn't know. It looked like it was almost like an NR bumper grab, or iRacing bumper grab,
Yeah.
He didn't really touch the 4, but something thought he did. Looked like he just got pulled to the right. That's tough for him. Camera focusing right now on that number 5 machine. I don't know what for, but there he is. There's Baseball Freak running about a lap down in 7th place. 32 car almost sitting around there. But right now the gap between 1st and 2nd is 3 seconds. Best battle on track right now, however, would be Commander Remy trying to get around Trainwreck. That's for 2nd place here. A couple car lengths behind. I mean, Commander Remy can get around Trainwreck. I have no doubt that over this long run, he can probably get up to that leader. It's just going to take a while. They're currently eating into his time because the leader's stuck in traffic. So that gap's going to ebb and flow. I think they can certainly work on him. These guys have been fast all race long. And Chris Paul has got to save his tires. I think everyone's got to be thinking about saving their tires. Because we've seen the disastrous implications of running on worn rubber, AJ. We saw the 20 car spinning at every half lap earlier when he was on low tires.
Yeah, and when he got new tires, he was spinning.
Yeah, that's the perils of racing on tires at all, honestly.
Yeah.
maybe if he just goes on like rims, he'll have a better time out there. I don't know. The 11 car trying to get underneath the 48 here. He gets... Oh, he nearly turns them. He nearly turns himself, too. And Commander Remy, he's really trying to get to that 48 car as they get to this 12 car. That is a lap car, 1 lap down. That's Smart Coder. Sorry, 2 laps down. My apologies. Only 6 cars on the lead lap, 5 cars on the lead lap now, with Austin going 1 down. But right now, all 6 of those cars on the lead lap have a, I think they have a shot. As the 12 car gets sent around, that's 2 cars around, I think. And no, he gets sent backwards. Everyone else keeps it straight. And he gets it back going again. He merges back up into the track, and the 27 hits him. And that's going to slow both of them down.
Man,
that's a tough scene.
goodsquare is not having a good race anymore.
Not having his best race, man. I mean, you hate to see it.
You really do.
I mean, he is a legend of the game, but sometimes even legends of the game are off their game, and a lot of the problems he's had this race have not been his fault. I want to make that clear. He's been running into a lot of cars that are just, all over the place on old tires, swerving all over the place. Pit lane has been just a disaster. It's been a war zone almost. But, he's just having a tough time. Bob is the Boo, the 20 car, has retired from the race, I believe. He is no longer in the server.
Terrible.
That's terrible. He was about 80 laps down, but he was trying. He's my hero of the race. We need to, how Fox gives out awards, by Jamie, Larry Mack and all that. We need awards on the Jackal Racing Network. We need the graphic design department on that. But right now, Chris Paul holding about a 2.8 second lead over the 2nd place car. I would pull someone in for an interview, but we are under green flag. This is, I think, the longest green flag run of the season. It has to be. We're closing in on 100 laps green, I think.
I mean, I haven't seen a green flag run this long in forever, really.
I haven't seen a green flag run this long on, sim racing on an oval in forever. I mean, that one... Curd Truck Pikes Peak went green for 65 miles, and this is closing in on that. I mean, we're getting close to that. I think we're honestly almost there, man. This is very long green flag run. Of course, that can all change. Just one guy gets spun around, causes a big old wreck, and suddenly we're re-racking the field. But I don't think that's going to happen right now. It seems like these guys could go green all the way to the end. I mean, I hope I didn't just curse it, but I really do trust these drivers.
I would really like that, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be impressive. It'd be a testament to how clean this league is and how good these guys are at driving their cars.
I wouldn't say that.
What? Wow. And here we see AJ trying to speedrun losing his job by dissing the league. Great call. AJ, what do you say we do it through the field here?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Okay, I got odds, you got evens? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Chris Paul leading this race. He's gotten out to that lead after some disastrous pit cycles for everyone else. He's having a good run out here, and I think that's going to continue. Currently leading this race in the first position without a 3-second gap. Probably going to have to pit here in the next 20 laps, and that's going to be dangerous. He does have a lot of track open in front and behind him for that pit stop, so hopefully he won't have any issues. But Chris Bald Paul currently sitting pretty in the lead with about a 3-second advantage. AJ?
And in the back of that long gap behind Chris Bald Paul is Trainwreck in P2. He has 81% tires, so I don't know if he'll be staying out for much longer. I would be getting more tires, but fuel is underneath 1,000, so yeah, I would get fuel too. So yeah, Trainwreck second.
Trainwreck second. He had a disastrous pit entry. Now Commander Remy and Sleesher are too wide for third and fourth right now, so I guess we can both do these guys. These guys both had some issues getting on the pit lane. I think everyone did, honestly. But Commander Remy had he was leading some laps earlier, and it was just running this car so well. I mean, and honestly, and I that's going to stick with me that he had the chance to turn that guy who had just bumped him, and he didn't. So Commander Remy, he said he'd do anything to win, but he's not a complete jackwagon, and that's what we love about him. Yeah. So Commander Remy currently sitting in fourth. AJ, do you got anything for Sleesher?
No, not really. He has been running a quiet race up to this point. He is third. Yeah, he is doing all right, I guess.
Yeah, he's doing all right, but I think he wants to do a bit better. I think he wants to get a little bit closer to that lead, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, fifth place, Goodsquare. Not his best run, but he's gotten back up inside that top 5, and if there's another caution, I would not be surprised to see him try and get back up in the mix. He's been pretty quick, and he's currently just running down these laps. Not much traffic around him, just kind of running the track, and that's what you got to do at Bristol. Once you get in your own little group, you just got to start hot lapping pretty much, while also minding those tires. Down below 750 on the field, though, so he's going to be looking to pit here in the next 20-25 laps, probably before then even. But we'll see when he does pit, and we'll see if he has an easier time than he did earlier, because he had, you know, he was spinning on pit road. I think he was the guy who got pounded into the pit wall on entry. That might have been the, I think it might have been another car, but I think it was him. I mean, there's so many pit stop issues I don't even know. AJ, you got anything for Austin?
I mean, Austin, also a very quiet race. We haven't been talking much about him, except for when he's been wrecking, which is a big issue for him. He needs to stop wrecking and spinning and using up those tires.
Yeah, I mean, his tires right now, he's doing good this run, 82%, but earlier in this race, he was all over the place, man, and I think that's, that we were talking early before the race, AJ, that's something you want to avoid here at Bristol. Losing those tires, you're going to have a hard time getting through that corner, hard time racing other cars, and you're just going to have a bad time out here. But right now, he's running about a lap down in that lucky dog spot, and he's one guy who's definitely hoping for a caution to come out here.
Yeah.
Baseball freak, I mean, we've had him on camera a lot, but he hasn't done much. He's currently in 5th position, clearing the 32 of Stampy Funcat. But yeah, he's kind of in a quiet race, couple laps down, but he's trying. And Jackal Racing, Race Control, has told us that green flag pit stops are incoming, so get ready to see another bloodbath.
Yeah.
And Stampy Funcat, AJ, do either of us have anything on him? Has he just turned a guy who's a lap ahead of him?
He is a stone cold murderer. Oh my goodness.
He's taking names.
Stampy is a menace, bro.
Yeah. I love Stampy Funcat, but man.
It is not looking good for his reputation.
Yeah, honestly. It's looking good for his place on the racetrack. He seems to be getting past people pretty easily. But those people aren't too happy with him when he does.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's working. Kind of, he is in 9th, so
he's in 9th place. But hey, a couple cautions and he's right back up there. I mean, the way he's driving, it's like he was built for this place, man. Yeah. Next up, we got Kreesum. Stampy was my guy, actually. I don't know, Kreesum's your guy, but I don't think. Do either of us have anything on Kreesum?
Who?
Oh, he's last. Wow, that was mean. He's driving the number 9 car for Shocks Martini Racing, so you better be nice to him.
Oh yes. We love Shocks Martini Racing, both
I'm
ages.
Speaking.
Yeah, he has been speaking.
I've been speaking. That's my job. I better be speaking or else I'm in trouble.
Yeah. That would be a lot of dead air.
Yeah. And now Sleesher is starting to catch that 2nd place car. And we're going to have a battle on for 2nd here pretty soon. P1? Icky, that's P2. Trainwreck's in 2nd.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Chris Bald Paul is leading.
Chris Bald Paul's got a whole straightaway. I don't blame Icky for not knowing Chris is in the lead because, looking at it, I mean, he's got such a huge advantage.
Yeah.
He's having a good race out here, man.
Thank goodness for electronic scoring, am I right?
Well, that would be a disaster for the leader. But we have first car coming down pit road, Baseball Freak making his way into the pits. He gets on the apron in turns 3 and 4, washes back up on the track, doesn't hit anybody. Does a sick drift. Oh, that was sick. And he's going to get down pit road very slowly. And we have 2 cars around on the exit of turn 4. And they both keep it straight. But they were both all the way sideways. That was nearly a big old wreck. Another 2 cars around on the exit of 4, but they both save it as well. The 5 car misses his box a little bit, but he will be fine, I imagine. Just getting them 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Trying to get another long run here. And there's a huge plume of smoke.
Let's see what happened in turn 4. I mean...
there was something that happened in turn 4. It was something.
Yeah.
And Chris Paul is still leading, so he got through all that. Yeah. That's good. I wonder when he's going to have to pit, though. Right now he's got the 12 car. That's a lapper, I believe, on his tail. Yes, that'd be Smart Coder, 3 laps down. Holding steady with the leader.
I feel like the field is playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah, and they're bunching up right now, too. They were really bunching back up at the back there. As Trainwreck has Sleesher going to his inside for P2. This is a really good battle right now for second place. That's what I'm really watching right now. Sleesher trying to get underneath him. And the leader up ahead running into some traffic possibly, so these guys might be battling for a little bit more than second at some point. Right now, Sleesher trying to get underneath that 48. Hard fight here. You want to be the first guy coming into pit road because it seems like if you're someone behind you when you enter the pits, it almost seems like it's just a disaster, you know? I mean, we've seen, 5 wrecks of that exact variety so far.
Here we go into side by side.
Yes. So, on the left, you have the battle for P2. On the right, you have the leader, who's currently trying to clear the absolute chaos that is lap traffic here at Bristol. I mean, it is an art clearing lap hours.
I mean, if you look in front of him, he has, a full...
He got a full straightaway. It's just the car behind him is almost catching him sometimes. Usually at lap traffic trying to clear a leader. That's something I didn't think I'd see today, but 21 car on the bottom, really trying to work that bottom line right now, trying to get underneath that 48, but Trainwreck holding steady, running about half a groove up. And so far, neither of these guys have flinched. Neither one's head down pit road yet. That battle for P2 is the leader right now. Still has not come down pit road. Still running out there. But about a half second now between the 48 and the 21. But the 48 goes really wide in that corner. It's going to let the 21 start catching up. This next pit cycle is very important because we are almost to 75 to go. In about 3 laps, we're going to be at 75 to go. And we're coming towards that home, the run home, the last run of the race. I don't know how many laps they can actually make it on a fuel. I haven't actually done the math on how much 1 lap is. If somebody could get that to me, that'd be nice. But, so I actually don't know. AJ, do you know? Have you done the math?
No, I have not.
How many laps on fuel, Icky? How many laps can you make it on a full tank? That's what we're looking for. As these guys catch lap traffic, AJ, that's going to be interesting to see if they can clear them.
Yeah.
See, clearing lap traffic is an art, and it's something that the good drivers are really good at. Yeah, Icky, how many laps can they make it total, though? On one full tank of fuel, how many laps can they make it is what we're asking. That's what the people would like to know. 50 or more, alright.
Alright. So they can... After,
they might be able to make it to the end if they pit close enough to 200, but it'll be fuel miler. That's what it's going to come down to. But, I mean, right now, everybody but the leader, I think, would be fine with the caution coming out. Just about. As right now, we have actually 2nd through 4th all bunching up. So it's going to be real interesting to see if these guys can actually, bunch back up together and have some more racing. And here comes the 21. Huge slide! Oh, he sends it, and they go around, and they save it. But, oh, my goodness. A huge aggressive move by Sleesher there, AJ. He sent it.
You really don't want to be doing that when you're in this position. You want to be clean, concise, I guess. 2
cars around on the front straightaway, and they're going to keep it straight eventually, but it goes all the way around. Does 2 spins, and actually, I think he's backed up against the wall right there. That's Baseball Freak. He's backed up against the inside wall. I wonder if that'll bring it out.
Nope, I don't think
doesn't look like there's a caution yet. Yeah,
I
no
don't
caution.
think
We're
there's
still
gonna be
agreeing.
caution. Yeah.
And now Sleesher trying to get underneath Trainwreck still. These guys battling hard, and he sends it on him against Slider. Door banging, slide job up the racetrack, sends them both up. They both keep it out of the wall, coming down the front straightaway back into turns 1 and 2. On the outside there in the 48's Trainwreck. Now he's bumping the 21. That 21 car is Sleesher, for anyone who don't know. Sleesher's got about a half car length advantage. He dives back down to the bottom of the 48. They're touching each other again, gets up into the wheel well. And they are side by side at the stripe. That lap is going to be second for Sleesher and third for Trainwreck. Trainwreck back underneath him again, slides up the track, trying to take away that line. Sleesher gets the run off the corner. Trainwreck bumps him again, squiggles a little bit underneath him. That was almost disastrous. V-Spear back up into him, would have taken both of them out. They door bang again at the line. AJ, these guys are really, really wrestling their cars for second.
Oh, there goes Trainwreck into the wall.
I don't know how he still has the run off the corner after that. Completely broke on him there, AJ.
Yeah.
And now he's going to have the high side, big run. Oh, he gets squeezed. He got squeezed hard there by the 21.
Wow.
Now that 48's going to just let that run come back to him here. He's going to have a huge run off the corner. Doesn't send it inside. 21 takes away that inside line. 48 being forced to stay on the high side. Can't really grind that diamond, you know. That's what you're trying to do, is run the diamond line. Try and cut it in there. And now here comes the 48 back down the bottom. And, oh, they door bang again. I love the little bit of, it's not really blocking, but when you go down there before the guy is able to make the crossover, that's such a nice move.
Yeah.
And it's more defending than blocking, but it's such a nice move, and it's something that, there's a lot of nuance to it, because if you do it wrong, the guy can just blow past you. And if you do it wrong the other way, you can wreck both of you, you know? So it's really just, there's a lot of nuance to the way that you defend on a track like this, where both lines are viable. Especially on these old tires.
Commander Remy. Commander Remy into the... Oh, he's just going into pit.
He's just pitting. He's just pitting. I don't know if he wanted to pit there with all that smoke, but you know what? He got down pit road. I think he's fine. I think he'll be okay with that pit entry.
But at this point, I don't know if he can make it on fuel.
I don't know. It's a little bit early.
I think he needs to make a splash and dash at the end.
He might. I mean, these guys are trying to stretch this field run as long as they can. 48 getting a huge run again on the 21. Doesn't get underneath or up top. He stays behind. Car sideways, and that's another car having issues getting into pit lane. That'd be Smart Coder right there, backed up against the inside wall. Gets down into pit lane okay, though. These guys are just, it's so hard to get on pit lane here. And now Trainwreck in the 48 machine going to come down pit road. And he misses it. Chris Bald Paul. Oh, he hits the, that was a disastrous pit stop for the 48, man. And now he's going to have to, that's tough. Stampy Funcat rejoining the racetrack. Everyone's going to cycle through here on these pit stops. I'm just watching the pit entry right now. It'd be nice if we could just get a camera focused on that wall, because everyone seems to be hitting it. Sleesher now leading some laps. It's been a while since we said that, AJ. He's down below on his fuel, though, so I think he's going to have to pit this time. Nope, he's staying out. 78 on his fuel. He's really cutting it close.
I think he can stay up for another lap.
I think he gets white. I think he'd stay out for maybe one more lap before I'd just be like, if he gets spun around, has to go all the way through the gears. I don't know if he'll make it. But it's going to be interesting. He stays out.
Yeah, he can make it like another 2 laps on this, I think.
Mm-hmm. He's really stretching it there, Sleesher. He is really stretching it.
Oh my
he puts the entire field a lap down now. He is the only car on the lead lap.
I mean, which is good. It's a good it's a
good strategy. It's a gamble though, because if you mess this up, I mean, it's going to be real hard if he messes this up. It's going to be harsh, you know.
All right, here we go. He's going to come into pit road right now.
He's going to have to come in right now. He's got the 4 on the outside of him. And now here he comes down pit road. Oh, he just slides it a little bit. That's not bad. That's not too bad compared to what we've seen from everyone else. Compared to all the other pit stops, that was not that bad.
That is a B. That is a B average.
That's a B plus. That's a B plus on that pit stop. I'll give him a B plus on that. So now Chris Bald Paw will retake the lead out of the cycle here. And we'll see how big of a lead it ends up being. As Sleesher still in his box. We'll see when he gets out. He gets out of his box now. Chris Bald Paul is coming off of 4. So Chris Bald Paul now, I think, will be almost a lap ahead of Sleesher and Commander Remy. Just about everyone had bad pit stop. I mean, It is so hard. I can't overstate how hard it is to get into pit road here. You have to slam on the brakes while turning. You're not braking in a straight line. And you basically have to over-rotate the car or understeer terribly and cause a massive wreck. So you have two options there. It's just not easy.
Man, Trainwreck ran into the 12 on the exit there.
Mm-hmm. That is getting racy right there. But now only 5 cars on the lead. Chris Bald Paul has got a huge advantage over everyone else. We're going to have to see what happens with that. Right now we're looking at goodsquare though. That's what you see on your picture right now. That number 27 machine. Running in 3rd position, trying to run down Commander Remy for 2nd. Behind him he has Sleesher in 4th place, looking to get up into 3rd. But Sleesher right now looking for the inside line. I mean, he's got a pretty good run right here. He might be able to get him on the straightaway if he gets the power down. Won't get him this time. About 2 car lengths between them. And there's a car almost bad. Train wreck in the
goes train wreck. Oh man.
And so far, no one's been able to rotate it all the way around on the racetrack and get a caution. But there's been a couple of guys who have come real close. And right now, I mean, the leader doesn't want to see that. Right now, Chris Paul wants this thing to go green to the end. He is fine where he is. I mean, I'd be fine leading too, honestly. It's not a bad place to be in the lead of the race, you know.
Yeah.
But Trainwreck right now in 5th place. I mean, he's been up and down. Sleesher gets to the inside here of goodsquare, gonna get underneath. goodsquare spins the tires on the high side. It's gonna let the 21 through. And now Sleesher takes 3rd place away with a really nice move right there. goodsquare just kind of messed up the throttle on the high side. Had a hard time getting around there.
Oh man, Sleesher is all loose on the
I mean, he's fighting that car, but it seems to be working for him up into 3rd place. And I mean, goodsquare is sideways on the high side there. He's got to get back down. It seems like I don't think he's running up there too well.
Yeah, just a little too early on the throttle there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, throttle application, you have to be so precise here in Jackal with the throttle. You have to be so clean with it to be fast. And the 32 car being a nice lap car here, Stampy. I say that as he nearly wrecks out the car in 3rd place. Now he's kind of blocking goodsquare. goodsquare gets a little bit of contact there from the lapper. And some more contact with the lapper. And there's a big cloud of smoke in 3 and 4. Don't know who the culprit is. But now Chris Bald Paul running into some traffic. He's going to be coming up on that 12 car. That's Smart Coder here in a couple of laps. I'm interested right now with the leader, Chris Bald Paul, how he deals with this traffic. Because it's late in the race. Everyone else wants a caution, I think. You don't want a caution. You want this to run clean to the end. Because you got 10 freaking second lead. 11 now after that battle we saw.
Yeah.
So he clears the 12. But, you know, traffic's going to be a problem.
Anybody but Chris Bald Paul wants a caution. I mean, I don't really want a caution.
Yeah, I mean, it is an incredibly long green flag run. Yeah. All these guys have been happy to see this, honestly, I think. But I think a lot of these guys would like one more crack at that win. I mean, some of these guys have had some cracks at restarts, and we have a car spinning almost down the front straightaway. That is Sleesher.
Here are the points after Talladega. I mean, I can't really see that. Oh
I can see it. I have it up. I have it up on my screen right now. For the points after Dega, Commander Remy currently holds the lead, followed by goodsquare. It's only about a 2-point gap, and goodsquare has the most wins, but Commander Remy has the most points. He's been very consistent across the season. Chris Bald Paul, who I think is probably going to win this race at this point, has not a huge gap, and he's going to make up a lot of points by winning this race, and we'll see if he actually gets up into that points lead. He'll probably be a little bit short of it, but we will see. Commander Remy in 2nd and goodsquare inside the top 5. Definitely good for them as we have a car. We have 2 cars. Sleesher saves it, though. A lot of smoke there on the bottom, though, for those guys that are heading through. But no caution. They keep it clean. And now Sleesher's still looping it. His tires are worn as heck.
Sleesher needs to go down pit road, I would say.
Really? I think he's got 87% tires. He's fine, but I mean, if I were him, I'd be watching it because you don't want to burn your tires up. You still got almost 35 laps, more than 35 laps to go. But Chris Bald Paul now with a 10-12 second lead at that last loop. Coming up, he's actually going to be starting to put some more guys off the lead lap in not too long here. As he comes up on some more lap traffic. You can see those guys up in front of him if we can get them on the screen here. Those guys up ahead of the leader are the guys battling for 4th and 5th place.
Oh, Chris Paul got loose in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta watch that. I mean, it is never too late. And Chris said 32, you know the drill, as he passed him, so... Getting a little bit fiery with the lap cars. That is per Icky, so if Icky made that up, I apologize. Apparently...
Scripted.
I know you didn't. I remember at B-Row once, when Matt told us something happened in VC, and then the driver said that didn't happen. And that reigns high in my mind. I don't know if you remember that, AJ. That was really funny, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. We all love middle lane Matt, or high side Henrik, as they call him. And Commander Remy now has gotten about a second clear of goodsquare, and Sleesher is about a second behind him. But all these cars right up ahead of the leader. It is going to be real hard for Chris Paul to clear all these guys without incident. I'm not trying to curse him. I'm just saying he's going to have to be very vigilant. I mean, he's got such a big lead. He doesn't have to clear these guys all, real quick. I mean, a 12-second lead, you can take these guys nice and slow. No pressure. Just got to wheel this thing home. 900 fuel. Should be able to just about make it to the end. I think they won't have to pit again. I would not imagine so. They should be able to make it around 65 to 80 laps on fuel by my math, which I did in my head during the pit cycle, which is probably terribly off. I kind of need a calculator. But, fun fact, the calculator app on my computer, when I opened it, literally almost crashed everything. So I guess we're not getting that. As Trainwreck slaps the wall. Yeah, the 9 car going backwards into the...
Oh, there goes Trainwreck too in the wall.
Trainwreck is just wrestling that car right now up in front of the leader. Hits the wall again.
Gonna be lapped.
He's getting lapped here in a second. I don't know if he has a screen frozen or something, but he seems to be just going in a straight line.
Dang, his screen froze. Oh no!
It's the leader. Takes out the leader. It's 2 cars around. Oh, that's terrible.
No way that just happened.
Trainwreck's just going straight into the corner. He has no other inputs right now. He's just going straight. He slammed into Chris Paul. Lost him about 2 seconds.
There he goes. He is disconnected. He disconnected.
He disconnected. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think his internet just froze as the 12 car goes around and hits the pit attenuator. There's no attenuator. It's just a plain wall. Yeah, I figured his screen froze or he was lagging out, but thankfully the consequences are not too dire for the leader. Loses about 3 seconds for Chris Paul, but some very good driving there by Chris to get that thing back rolling again without getting hit a second. I mean, he almost got hit a second time there by another car, but doesn't get hit there. Keeps it straight, loses about 3-4 seconds. Not a huge issue for him. He's still got an 8-second lead over Remy, but now a little bit less wiggle room when clearing lap cars, and he's going to have to get back up to those lap cars here. It's going to take him a while.
He disconnected.
He literally did. He literally disconnected. That's a tough scene.
Yeah.
At least he's not Ethan Mingalelli alt-tabbing on the backstretch.
Yeah.
That joke will never not be funny. So we can just get that. There we go. All right. So inside 25 to go this time by for Chris Paul. He's got a big old lead here. Not too many other battles on track right now. Just about everyone's all spaced out. Commander Remy is just a little bit ahead of goodsquare. That's the closest fight on track right now. That's the 27 and the 11. Goodsquare in the 27, the 11 of Commander Remy. That's a pretty good battle right now. The 27 goes down to the inside of him and almost gets him, but doesn't quite get the run off the corner. That's definitely the best fight right now, though, is back there for second. As the 27 dives back underneath him. So, AJ, at this point, if you're anybody but the leader, what are you trying to do here? Because positions are mostly worked out. There's only a couple of guys on track who are really fighting for something right now. In these closing laps, what is your goal? Is your goal just to wheel this thing home, or are you just trying to maybe make up some track position if you can? I don't know. What are you doing right now if you're one of these guys who's laps down?
I think the number one thing you want to do is save your tires, save your fuel. Maybe somebody will just run out of fuel, or maybe just blow a tire or something. You never know with this, with these pit mechanics.
Yeah, you never know. Somebody might just blow an engine. I mean, you never know. I don't think so here because they're not really flat out. Yeah. And the 11 car and the 27 having a great battle right now for second place. These guys are really fighting each other. 27
by
gets
side.
run. Oh, he gets run up by that lap car though. That 9 car up against the wall didn't let the 11 run as high as he wanted to, I don't think. 27's gonna have a chance to go underneath him. That 11 car running the high side though. He gets that run off the corner. Hard to pass someone who gets that run off. Good square now on the bottom. He has to brake a lot harder than that 11. 11 didn't even brake for that corner, I don't believe. Commander Remy gets another launch off the corner. These guys are within 10 seconds of the leader now. So that's nice for them, but
I don't think it
not enough
matters.
time. Not enough time at all for
Yeah.
these guys. Right there we saw Good Square get checked up.
The laps are
Train
winding
Wreck
down.
coming
Train
up and
Wreck?
closing on these guys. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Train
What?
Wreck a lap down. I mean, he had aspirations to win this race before the pit cycles, though, you know, so that's tough for him.
Yeah, and
But-
before he disconnected.
Yeah, he disconnected, and now he's bumping Good Square. Dang.
This is not lap traffic behavior.
Yeah, this is. I don't know. Maybe he thinks he should be scored another lap ahead. I mean, he's unlapping himself from these guys.
Yeah.
It helps when your tires are miles better than everyone else, and you're carrying a full fuel load. As he gets around these guys quite effectively, gets into the 11 there, nearly turns them, and now rides back up into the 11. 27 on the inside, and Good Square is going to take that position away from Commander Remy. I believe that these guys are both Extreme Motorsports cars. Yes, they are. I was going to my mental notes. Yes, these are both Toyotas. And Good Square just running that bottom, trying to get up in front of that 11. But look at the launch the 11 gets off the corner. He just rides off the corner so well. And it's really hard to pass him when he does that. And here comes Sleesher on the bottom. He's on the same lap as these guys. He's in this fight for second just as much as these two. And he's gained on him because of that lap traffic shenanigans.
Oh, there goes Good Square.
Yeah. And Good Square nearly gets into the 11 there. He does get into him, bit of a wiggle. Yes. We mentioned that, Icky, don't worry. And the 11 gets another huge run off the corner. Just launches it. This time, though, the 27 gets all the way up and gets a nose on him, but it doesn't get back in front. I feel like the 27's just got to throw a slider on him, you know? I know there's a lot of respect there because you're both manufacturer mates and teammates, but at a certain point, you just got to send it in on him, you know?
Yeah.
Just get around him. 27 nearly spins there, too. Those tires are all out of whack. But another nice bit of driving to keep that thing straight. The 21 car now underneath the 11. 11 comes back down. Kind of bit of a mid-corner line change there as the 27 gets into the 21. And we're coming to 10 to go here as the leader, Chris Paul is going to cross the stripe. Big slide from him there.
Man, I can't believe it is already 10 to go.
Already 10 to go. This race has gone by quickly due to the lack of cautions.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the clean driving in this field, AJ.
Yeah, it's semi-clean, I would say.
Yeah, semi-clean. Clean enough to not get a caution as the 27 sends the 11 up the track.
I don't know if
great
we're gonna get
save.
one now.
Sorry, the 21, that was Sleesher. Just ran into the 11 there. That was some hard driving by those guys.
Man.
And that's what the fans want to see here at Bristol, though. A bunch of hard driving. Train Wreck slides all the way through the corner, basically four-wheel drifting it. I mean, he's a lap down. He ain't going to gain anything. You might as well have some fun and just chuck that car around. Meanwhile, Chris Paul, a clear road ahead of him and a clear mirror behind him. Inside 10 to go here. With a 10-second lead here at Bristol. He has dominated this race, AJ.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, this is a masterclass of the season, basically. I don't think anybody has dominated races like this one.
And it all came down to those pit cycles, because he was the guy who was able to get smoothly into pit lane, smoothly out, clear traffic well, did all the things you gotta do at Bristol. He ran into some guys, he didn't run into some other guys, and he pit well, got out of pit lane well, cleared traffic. He did everything you need to do to lead laps and win at Bristol. And now he's got a pretty good chance of doing that with 5 laps to go at the stripe, as he has just crossed that. Right now, Sleesher in second place, and this is really important for the points because all 4 of these guys in the top 4 have a shot at this title here. And right now, Sleesher is just trying to hold on to second. This will be good for him. And I mean, it's I don't know. I do not know here. Because Sleesher and Good Square and Commander Remy are all so even, but Sleesher's starting to drive away.
Behind them.
Mm-hmm. And Chris Paul comes to the line again. 3 laps to go for him. Clear road ahead of him. He's got 1 car up in there. But he can just let off. He doesn't even have to worry about clearing this guy. He's got such a big lead. He has got so much room on this racetrack. He doesn't have to worry about it. As these 3 Extreme Motorsports cars all in a row, kind of spaced out from each other now. 2 laps to go here.
2 to go.
For Cristobal Paul, AJ, he has run a masterclass. This is an absolute clinic here at Bristol.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Cristobal Paul, we've watched him in Bira. We've watched him here. We haven't really seen this dominance from him.
Yeah, and this is just an incredible bit of driving. He's going to come to the line, white flag in the air, come into the checkered, clears that lap traffic. You really had to put that man another lap down. Cristobal Paul wins it at Bristol in an absolute masterclass of performance. Coming to the line now, Sleesher for 2nd place. That is a great result for him as well. He was able to fight through adversity to get that, followed by goodsquare, who was all the way back in 8th at one point, and Trainwreck gets 5th place, Commander Remy in 4th, as everybody makes their final loops. Cristobal Paul, though, with just an absolute masterclass, comes to a stop on the back straightaway. AJ, that was a very nice race at Bristol, and honestly, refreshingly clean for this platform.
Yes, definitely. I mean, this was an entertaining race to watch without all the cautions. There were only like 3, I think. Yeah, it as you said, it is very refreshing to see this.
Yes, and I'm just really impressed by Cristobal Paul. He drove an almost perfect race. He did everything he needed to. He ran well in traffic. He ran well out of traffic, and he's having his fun now. This burnout brought to you by Jackal Racing. I mean,
of course it is.
Of course. I mean, this is what the fans came to see, was the racing we saw today. As that 4 car burns it down here after a great performance. We're going to bring him into VC here in a moment. But first, AJ, that race, so clean, so well run by all these guys.
Honestly, I am surprised that we didn't get more cautions than we did.
Yes.
I mean,
and I have to give credit to the officials. I have to give credit to the officials for holding the flag, waiting for guys to get straightened out, not making a knee-jerk reaction, throwing out the yeller when they didn't need to.
I feel like that's a jab at me.
It wasn't! You're not... I don't even... Do you even host on this even anymore?
No,
What?
I don't.
Neither do I. I got it in our league now. I'm cool. We're going to bring Cristobal Paul. We're gonna wait for him to finish his burnout so he can, you know, soak it in. I mean, a win in Jackal is a win in Jackal. Best league on the platform. Very important to a lot of these guys. Excuse me. But again, just an incredible race by Cristobal Paul. I mean, I haven't seen a guy dominate a race on this platform like that in ages.
Yeah, let's.
That was just so well run.
Maybe when he says, Cristobal Paul, please answer. Interview, please.
Well, yeah, we're gonna drag him in, and now we're gonna take the car to the scales, of course. You know, gotta make sure it conforms to the weight.
What?
Yep. What is this? A local dirt track? We're weighing the cars down. Got the tech man. All right, Cristobal Paul in the VC now. If I can unmute him. Chris, a great drive out there today. A great win. Tell us how you're feeling about all of it.
I don't know how to feel. I mean, I've been in victory lane before, but I wasn't even going to come to this race, now that I think about it, but I'm glad I came, and it was a good race. I had a scare there with the 48. He was lagging uncontrollably, so I only lost like 3 seconds of time, but I gained it right back, though.
Yeah, I mean, you drove a masterclass out there. Everyone else was having issues getting into pit road. How did you manage to get into pit road and get off effectively without having all the spinning and wrecking everyone else was getting?
The first time I screwed it up, but it was still fast. So the next pit stop, I decided to do it again, and it still worked. But they were backing it down earlier than I was, so I think that gave me time.
Now, clearing traffic here is an art form, and you were having a good time clearing it. I mean, you had to get some lap cars to Chrome Horn. I mean, I think I saw you spin a lap car almost. You were just no nonsense, just getting through traffic, cutting it like a hot knife through butter. That kind of strategy, though, it does have its risks, and you seem to play them very well. Do you think that today's race was was it more of a strategy race, or was it more down to your driving? Because you won by a whole 10 seconds. That is just incredible. But I mean, what really did it for you? What do you think is the reason that you run this race? You can boil it down to one thing.
It's all driving to me, because any short track on the schedule I've dominated, but I could have went 3 for 3 on all of them, but at Richmond, caution came out, couldn't get the car going, so, and I got into a run-in with the 21 there, so it's just being aggressive, not taking anything from these lap guys. I mean, they all listen, they have enough respect to listen to you when you tell them to get out of the way, and some even do it before you even tell them, which is a good thing. So yeah, I appreciate them for that. And just racing here, these are the best cars I've ever driven on Roblox, so yeah.
Yeah, dang right. These are some great cars and a great race there. Very clean. Chris, anything else you want to say?
Nothing else. You guys have a good day.
All right,
and I'll see you guys next week. All right.
Yeah, we'll see you, man. Great win out there.
Great win.
And now it's a Chris Paul class act. Great win there for him.
Yeah,
we're gonna try and get Commander Remy, our second place finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he doesn't answer, we're just gonna drag him in. But I mean, Chris Paul drove a clinic, man. That was just basically perfect. And I mean, what more can you want from a race than Chris Paul gave us there? The way he was running. I mean, that is. It's really nice seeing a guy run like that, you know, because a lot of times people will remember races where they're close to each other and they're having these great battles, but sometimes it's just really nice to see a guy at work doing something at the top of his game. It's like watching Peyton Manning quarterback, you know? The guy on the other team's nowhere near as good as him on that day, but it's still just great seeing the guy work the way he works and doing what he's doing, and that was great to watch. Now we got Commander Remy in the call. Commander Remy, second place finish. Feel he could have done any better, and how was it?
Oh wait, second? No. That was...
Sorry, third, fourth. The whole order at the top got jumbled up before I could screenshot it, so you were somewhere up there.
Yeah.
So where did you finish? I thought I read it off right earlier. Yeah, fourth place, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely ran my tires way too much. I didn't have a lot of practice with like these setups. I used the ones that were like a week ago, so I didn't really know how tires would play out, and I just pushed a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, I think I was 10% down from goodsquare or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it really hurt me in the end.
Now, earlier in the race, me and AJ noticed something that you did that was really impressive to us. I feel like we should mention it again on the broadcast. You had a chance. You got bumped out of the way, I believe, by Trainwreck. Coming into turns 3 and 4, you got shoved all the way up the track. And then he came back down on you when you did the crossover. And you turned him about halfway sideways and then broke to not turn him. And we were really impressed by that bit of courtesy there. Is that just your driving style? Or are you just willing to be real courteous? Or is that just friends with Trainwreck? What was with that?
I mean, I definitely don't like spinning people on purpose, but also I think if I would have hit him, I might have also spun. So I think it was the smart move to not hit the car that was spinning in front of you.
I mean, I thought it was a nice, very courteous bit of driving because that was for the lead. You could have wrecked him and gotten away from him pretty quickly, I think. But that was really nice of you. And you know, I feel like there was a lot of respect here, especially for Bristol. Compared to Talladega, it seemed like you guys were all running real smart. I mean, it's not saying much, honestly, but it was a real smart race. Very few cautions. One of the longest green flag runs I've seen on this platform. Is there anything during this race that stood out to you with the way that others were driving, the way you was driving?
Not really. Besides, almost everybody had like slightly different lines, and Chris obviously had the best. He knew how to save his tires, and he knew what his strategy was going to be, so that ultimately helped him in the end.
All right. Anything else you want to say, or any questions from you, AJ?
No, not really any questions from me. Well, actually, what did you think you could do better to like improve how you did in this race?
Besides saving my tires, I'd probably say probably learning the middle line a little bit better, because when I did practice, I only did the super low line or the super high line, and
Yeah.
no one really used that during this race. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
fourth
that's
place.
it for me.
Yeah, we're gonna get Sleesher after this. Remy, thank you. Congratulations on fourth place, not second. Sorry about the cock up there.
No
Yeah.
problem. All right,
I got
thanks.
it right the first time, and then after that, I just started. I Mandela affected myself, I
Oh.
guess.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Remy, and good luck next week. We're gonna get Sleesher in the VC now, and thanks for the interview again. We love the interviews. Love these guys. They're all very open, all very nice for the guys who view at home. And we got Sleesher in here. Sleesher, you hear us?
I do hear you.
All right, Sleesher, you had a race out there. You were beating and banging with the guys. Had a decent finish. A very adventurous race too. You were smoking tires. I saw some bump and runs that were being thrown around. How would you describe this race, and how was it for you out there?
The race was pretty good. I'm happy that Chris won. He deserved it. He played the pit strategy correctly. I played the pit strategy right too, but not as well as Chris. Did beat both my teammates, Remy and goodsquare. It was pretty eventful there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you had a good race. I mean, it was very fun watching you guys battling for positions all the way through this race. I mean, even when the guy in the lead was having a huge gap, you guys were still fighting. We actually had it up on split screen during the race, so fans could see both of them. But is there anything you think you could have done better out there to give yourself a win? Because a lot of guys were talking about pit strategy, and we saw how hard it was to get on the pit lane. Guys were spinning, guys were hitting the attenuator. One guy almost flipped biking it. I don't know how he did that, but he biked it. How was getting on the pit lane, and like how do you think you could have improved the pit strategy there? Because as it was, Chris got a huge advantage coming out of it, and it was just kind of over from there.
I think if I had not spun as much onto pit road, because the pit entrance was really loose, so it was hard.
And during the race, was there anything that ticked you off? Because during the race, it seemed like some guys were running into each other, turning each other. None of them led to any cautions during the second half, but was there anybody in particular that really got you mad?
No. All the lap cars were very good. They would do what you said to them. Yeah, I don't think I had any issues with any drivers today.
No beef.
Yeah.
And that's good to hear for you, but bad for the content.
No beef, just chicken.
Yeah, just chicken.
Why did I say that?
Why did you say that? Why did you say that, AJ?
I felt like I needed to say something.
Yeah, thanks. Our lovable color commentator, AJ, whatever his last name is, he goes by like 8. Anything else you want to add, Sleesher?
I just hope Texas is the same. You know, I hope we get another green flag run like this. That was really enjoyable. Really let the fast people come to the front and the slower people go to the end.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great race out there. I mean, for everyone. And Sleesher, I mean, always a great interview, even when you're not giving us content. Thank you so much, and better luck out there next time. You ran a good race today, and thank you for the interview.
No problem. You guys have good...
I moved him out before he could say good day. Dang it. I feel like the biggest douche on the planet. Oh, wow.
That was funny, yeah.
What? I feel mean. Okay, goodsquare next, I believe. We're going to get goodsquare in here. In my opinion, the greatest of all time. But goodsquare, here you are, man. Good race out there. How was it for you?
I was struggling quite a bit in the beginning, as you probably saw. Yeah, I did not know what was going on until the end. I think I started to get it down, especially with worn tires. And I actually cannot talk. I actually almost had second in the end there. So yeah, I was hoping for a top 5, but I got like right in the middle there.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed, and AJ mentioned this too on the broadcast. You came from really far back. You were back almost in 10th place, I believe, at the halfway mark. And made good moves, got onto pit road better than some other guys, and seemed to really learn the track at the end there. Do you feel that you could have had Chris Baldpaul if there was a restart late in the race?
If there was a restart, yeah. It would be just like what happened in Richmond, honestly, if there were a restart. It could have gone for worse as well. It could have probably put me in 12th or 10th. But yeah, I guess I'm happy with where I finished considering how I was performing earlier in the race. So yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful camera angle, by the way. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, goodsquare, about that performance? I mean, it was a heck of a race, very clean. I'm very proud of this field, honestly, because that's one of the cleanest I've seen on this platform, especially on a short track like this. But anything else you want to say, man?
Yeah, about that, I am Yeah, really surprised to not have a caution every 5 or so laps. Like everyone in like the voice shower was saying the same thing. Like we were all expecting cautions and stuff, but we kept it clean. Like I think 200 laps or so of like green flag.
Yeah, I mean that was just an incredible race, and always a great show you guys put on here in Jackal. And I mean, you may have lost the points lead. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how that's going to go down once all the points are taken in, or you may have gained it or lost it because I mean the points. It's really close there at the top. Do you think that you're still gunning for a championship after this race?
Oh yeah, I think so. The next 3 races I'm quite comfortable at. Texas Pokemon Auto Club. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, goodsquare. Good luck at those races, and really nice performance out there. We were impressed by you getting back up through the field there, and thanks for the interview, man.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right. I believe that's just about gonna wrap us up here. We can get the camera on me and AJ. Look at my avatar. It's so good. It's the best avatar. All right. Great avatar.
You say that every weekend.
I know, I do, because it's true. I'm sorry, I'm just correct. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm AJ, that's AJ. We'll be back, I believe, in 2 weeks for the next race. And that was just a fun one. Also, thanks to Icky for letting us do this. I mean, it's great. I never thought I'd have this much fun commentating a Lego racing league, but holy heck, these things are fun to do.
Racing.
I'm AJ Shaw. That's AJ Jones, Medina, Gonzalez III. And we will see you next week. Have a good one, folks. And thank you for watching Jackal Racing Network.
See you later.